Sinead O'Connor is completely a robot brain. She has messages. She's like a Victorian, okay? She has messages which she slaps onto art like labels.
I think maybe if I was a man, there wouldn't be such a fuss about it. You know what I mean? It's just not expected of women. I don't know if it's so much a conscious problem that they have because I'm a woman. You know, I think it's because I'm not a conformist on any level.
Today, we're talking about the only artist in Grammy history who didn't just ghost the ceremony. She straight up rejected the award itself. Like, keep your shiny trophy, I'm out. We're diving deep into the firecracker life of Sinead O'Connor, the shaved-head siren with a voice that could shatter souls and a backbone of steel. From Dublin streets to global stardom, and that one mic drop moment in 1991 that left the music world gasping. Picture this. It's a chilly December morning in 1966, and in the heart of Dublin, Ireland, Sinead Marie Bernadette O'Connor enters the world. Her dad, Sean, is a civil engineer with a love for classical music. Her mom, Marie, a homemaker who's equal parts fierce and fractured. But from the jump, Sinead's life isn't some fairy tale ballad. Her parents split when she's just 9 months old, and she bounces between homes, landing mostly with her mom in the gritty suburb of Glenageary. Sinead later opened up about the physical and emotional abuse she endured at home. In her 2021 memoir, Rememberings, she describes it raw. Nights of beatings, a childhood stolen by fear. But even in that darkness, music was her escape hatch. She'd sneak into her room, humming tunes from the radio, Bob Dylan, Van Morrison, those soul-stirring voices that whispered, "You're not alone." By age 13, things hit a breaking point. Sinead gets sent to a Magdalene laundry, those infamous church-run institutions for wayward girls, for shoplifting and truancy. It's a brutal 6 months, but it lights a fire. She starts writing songs, pouring her rage and resilience into lyrics that cut like knives. Fast forward to 15. She's discovered by the drummer of Irish band Into Anua while busking on Grafton Street. He hears her belt out a cover and thinks, this kid's got it. Next thing you know, she's co-writing their hit Take My Hand and signing with Ensign Records. But Sinead, she's no cookie-cutter pop puppet. She shaves her head, not for shock value at first, but to reclaim her body after years of feeling controlled. It was my way of saying, this is mine, she'd say in interviews.
I was asked one day by my record company, would I grow my hair long and wear short skirts because they wanted to sell me on my sexuality. And I was like, I didn't want to be sold on that. I wanted, if it was going to be successful, I wanted to be because I was a good musician. So I said, no, it's got to be about how I sound, and not how I look. Plus I was a protest singer. I came from an age of protest singers. The artists I was influenced by, etc., they weren't the type that were selling themselves on how they looked.
Iconic move, right? Ahead of its time, like a punk rock declaration of independence. 1987 rolls around, and boom, Sinead drops her debut, The Lion and the Cobra. It's a beast of an album, blending Celtic soul with reggae rhythms and those razor-sharp lyrics about faith, fury, and femininity. Critics eat it up. Rolling Stone calls her a howling banshee with the voice of an angel. It cracks the UK top 30, but America? Not quite yet. She's touring dives, honing that stage presence that's equal parts vulnerable poet and street fighter. And get this, Prince himself slides into her orbit. Yeah, the Prince. He co-writes a few tunes for her, including one that'll change everything. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Sinead's not chasing charts, she's chasing truth. She's already dipping her toes into activism, speaking out against child abuse, drawing from her own scars. In a 1988 interview with the Irish Times, she says, "Music isn't entertainment, it's a weapon for change." Bold words from a 21-year-old. And the industry, it's eyeing her like fresh meat. Labels want to polish her edges, drape her in sequins. But Sinead, she's like, nah, I'm keeping the boots and the bite.
I think that certainly the industry can be extremely patronising towards women. You're supposed to have long hair and wear push-up bras and lip gloss, and shut up and sing,
1990. Sinead's second album, I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got, hits shelves. It's her manifesto. Stripped-back production, spiritual vibes, covers of Prince and Irish standards. But the crown jewel? Nothing Compares to You. Written by Prince in the 80s for his side project, The Family, it was gathering dust until Sinead claimed it. She turns this breakup lament into a gut-punch elegy for lost love, lost faith, lost everything. That video, directed by John Maybury, it's minimalist genius. Sinead in black, staring down the lens like she's daring you to look away. One single tear, not scripted. She later admitted it was real grief for her mom, who died in a car crash that year. The song explodes. #1 in the US, UK, Australia, you name it. The album goes multi-platinum, sells over 7 million copies. Suddenly, Sinead's everywhere. Rolling Stone dubs her the voice of the 90s. She's on SNL, Top of the Pops, her shaved head a symbol of defiance in a sea of big hair and shoulder pads. Feminism's bubbling up, think Riot Girl on the horizon, and Sinead's leading the charge. Unapologetically queer-coded, body positive before it was a buzzword. But fame? It's a double-edged sword. The pressure mounts, labels whisper, play nice, win big. And then, the Grammys come calling. January 1991, the nominations drop, and Sinead swept up in a tidal wave. 4 nods, Record of the Year for Nothing Compares to You, Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, Best Music Video Short Form, and Best Alternative Music Performance for the album. It's huge. The Grammys, that glittering circus of the industry, are basically rolling out the velvet rope. Stars like Mariah Carey and Bonnie Raitt are in the mix. It's the event where legends are minted. The world's watching. Will the Irish upstart snag the big one? But here's the curveball that no one saw coming. Days before the show, Sinead drops a bomb. She pulls out. Not just skips the after party. She boycotts the entire thing. In a handwritten letter to the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, she lays it all bare.
The reason that I wanted to pull out was because I believe very much that the music industry as a whole operates mainly, it's concerned mainly with material success, and a lot of artists I think, are responsible for encouraging the belief among people that material success will make them happy. And I think one of the ways that the industry encourages commercial success and materiality is by having award ceremonies which very much honour those who have achieved material success rather than people who have told the truth or who've done anything to pass information to people or to inspire people or to, just be truthful about anything, you know what I mean?
She's calling out the Grammys for pedestaling commercial fluff over art that matters, for ignoring the real world's pain, poverty, war, abuse. How can we sit there hoping to win a Grammy, she asks, when we have failed in our duty as artists to speak the truth? It's not ego, it's ethics. Sinead saying, if this is what success looks like, count me out. February 20th, 1991. The Shrine Auditorium in LA is electric. Hosts crack jokes, and when they announce Best Alternative Music Performance, I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got by Sinead O'Connor. Cheers erupt, but the stage stays empty. No proxy, no video message, just a void. She wins, but she doesn't want it. The trophy sits unclaimed, a symbol of her solitude. In that moment, Sinead becomes more than a singer. She's a symbol, The press goes wild. LA Times calls it a stinging rebuke to the music biz. Fans split. Some hail her as a hero for flipping off the machine. Others whisper, ungrateful much? But let's be real. In an era of MTV gloss and hair metal excess, this was revolutionary. Now, you think the Grammy snub was peak controversy? 1992 ups the ante. Sinead's riding high post-album, but she's not done provoking. On Saturday Night Live, she performs War by Bob Marley, changing lyrics to call out child abuse in the Catholic Church. Then, in a move that'll go down in TV infamy, she holds up a photo of Pope John Paul II and tears it to shreds, yelling,
"Fight the real enemy!"
Studio freezes. Protests erupt.
Sour note with Catholics.
NBC has been at pains to stress it doesn't condone what she
The
did.
network says O'Connor's tirade caught them off guard. NBC logged 1,000 complaint calls.
Her actions Saturday night were spontaneous, certainly unauthorized by NBC, and NBC was offended by what she did.
The Catholic League for Religious and Civil Rights is pressuring record stores to stop selling recordings by O'Connor and her record company.
Anyone that sends us in their tapes, we're going to chop up these tapes. Actually, we were just going to send them to her. Someone said, don't send her the tapes new, break them up, because she'll sell them again. So we're going to break them up and put them in a trunk and have someone deliver them to her in Ireland, wherever she may be.
I would have grabbed her by her eyebrows.
Sinead O'Connor, and so on.
Well, you just don't like that she tore up a picture of the Pope?
Oh, no. Sinead O'Connor is completely a robot brain. She has messages. She's like a Victorian, okay? She has messages which she slaps onto art like labels.
But I'll tell you one thing, she was very lucky it wasn't my show. Because if it was my show, I would have gave her such a smack.
Sinead O'Connor, whose big theme is child abuse, all right?
Oh,
it all comes from child abuse.
In the case of Sinead O'Connor, child abuse was justified.
Fight the real enemy!
When she does a concert in New York City, if she has the guts to ever do a concert in New York City again, after one of her songs, I'm going to jump up on stage and tear up a photo of Uncle Fester.
The Grammy fallout primed the pump. Industry doors that once swung wide now slam shut. Labels ghost her. Tours get canceled. Her third album, Am I Not Your Girl?, a jazz soul pivot, flops commercially. She's labeled difficult, unstable, classic code for woman who won't shut up. But Sinead doubles down.
I am trying to fight child abuse, which I believe to be the proof of the existence of evil in the world. To me, the Pope symbolises everything that is evil. He is a symbol in particular. That pictures of him when he did his tour of Ireland. Ireland has the highest instance in Europe of child abuse. I experienced it myself, and I found his presence in Ireland, telling the young people of Ireland that he loved them, hilarious. At least when I studied the history, I found out that the people who were responsible for telling lies in the first place were the Vatican, who, through permitting the invasion of countries and the destruction and murder of entire races of people in the name of God and for money, and then their subsequent overtaking of the educational systems of all the countries that they went into, led to distortion of historical fact. Similar to the type of distortion of fact that you see going on in the media, for example. And that is what has led to the murder of the human spirit, which has in turn led to the abuse of children, to put it in a nutshell.
In a Spin interview that year, she fires back. Success hadn't changed me, but it changed everyone around me. She's grappling with bipolar disorder, motherhood. Her son Jake arrives in '91, and the weight of being the angry Irish girl. Yet through it all, her output doesn't stop. She's collaborating with everyone from Peter Gabriel to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, proving her voice is timeless. And activism, it's her North Star.
You're going to admit that a girl who's been raped should be allowed to leave the country for having an abortion, then why not come right out and admit she should be allowed to have it here? To send her away to another country is an Irish solution to an Irish problem.
She ordains as a priest in 1999 under the name Mother Bernadette Mary, champions LGBTQ+ rights, and pens essays on mental health that feel like lifelines.
I became a priest because I believe in the church and I don't want the church to die, because I believe in the power of prayer, the power of the spoken word, and because I believe in Christianity, and I take it very, very seriously, being a priest.
Fast forward through the decades, and Sinead's career is a testament to reinvention. 10 studio albums, each a chapter in her evolving soul. She's influenced a generation. Even in the streaming era, Nothing Compares to You racks up billions of streams. The Grammy rejection didn't derail her, it defined her. Sure, commercial peaks were rarer post-91, blacklistings real, but her cult following grew fiercer. She toured arenas into her 50s, mentored young artists, and in 2021, Rememberings became a bestseller, vindicating her voice. Tragically, Sinead left us on July 26, 2023, at 56, after a long battle with mental health. Ireland mourned with state honors, tributes poured in from Springsteen to Chapel Roan, but her legacy is immortal. She taught us that art isn't about trophies, it's about truth. In a world of filtered feeds and algorithm chasers, Sinead's stand reminds us, speak loud, love fierce, and never apologize for your fire. She wasn't just the only artist to reject a Grammy. She was the one who made us question why we chased them at all. Sinead O'Connor didn't just make music. She made us feel seen, challenged, alive.